Hello students, welcome to Medical360 and Career360. The NEET examination just concluded and a lot of students now want to understand how can they get into the best institutions possible. In that process, the top of the list for any student who wants to do any MBBS is AIIMS. There are about 20 AIIMS in this country and every student wants to understand what kind of rank would get them into that school. Now, you must remember at this point in time, what we're talking about is rank because the scores are different in different examination periods. 23 was different, 2024 was different, 25 was different, and 26 is likely to also to be different. But what we're going to talk at this point in time is what kind of rank will get you into any of the AIIMS, any of the 20 AIIMS that you have, and how do you go about getting into that place. Before I move further, three requests that I always have for you. A lot of students are writing to us or commenting to us asking their doubts. There is a big message box here below the YouTube video itself. Please tell us whatever you want. Any question that you have, please write to us in this message box and I'll try to pick it up if it has many students who are asking a similar question. Do subscribe to Medical360 because we're going to do a lot of content to help you get into the best medical college, not just in AIIMS, but in central institutions, in state institutions, at a state level, and deemed, private, everything that we're going to cover. Over the next 2 months, there'll be a plethora of content that will ensure that you're informed and you'll be able to take the right decision. And I must thank our university partner, SRM-IST, which is a deemed to be university in Tamil Nadu, in Chennai. And they also have a SRM Institute of Medical Sciences. They actually have a medical college and have about 250 MBBS seats. They also have about 30 plus undergrad and postgrad programs, which are beyond the MBBS. So please do look out for them. We partnered with them because the objective is simple, that we want the students to take the most informed decision based on information, based on data, and that is what we are trying to do as the two institutions. So please do look out for them. Now we'll talk of RE-NEET 2026, all 20 AIIMS expected cutoff. Now, let me tell you one thing that's happening here. And before that, one more thing, a lot of students are also wanting to talk to our counselors personally. As I told you, if you have any questions that you want me to do a video on, write to me in the message box because only those I read. But if you have any personal questions which have to be spoken to a counselor, this is the number on which you will send it. It will go to a different channel where my team will look at that and my counselors will start responding to you. So if you want me to cover any content, the message box is your way to engage with us. If you want to talk to one of my counselors personally, then this is the number 844838388756. On this number, you type, write NEET, and one of my counselors will call you. Right? You need to schedule a meeting with them, and the process will take over. The moment you type NEET, the process will take over. And one of my counselors will call you and start talking. And if you want to understand the college predictor of what rank will get you anything, right now this particular tool, which is the Career360 NEET college predictor, is free. Please use that. Once the results come in, it becomes a paid product. At this point in time, it is free, so you can use that and understand at what rank, what college you are likely to get. So do use that. But this is a way to communicate. If you want to talk to a counselor, if you want me to create any content, the message box is the way because only those things I read. I read all your comments very diligently and try to make content out of that. Now the thing about AIIM, right? Let's understand what happened in RE-NEET this time around, right? Up to 3rd May was the last one that was held. We don't have what happened on 21st June, right? Right. 3rd May when you actually had it, about 22.79 lakh students actually registered for the examination and 22 lakh students actually appeared for the examination. And about 12.36 lakh students actually qualified last year. This year we don't know because the result has not come. In 26, in my opinion, about 22 lakh students will take the examination, less than 22 lakh. And about 12 lakh students will be qualifying. So what we're dealing with is about 12 lakh students qualifying for all the medical seats that you have in the country, and we'll also talk to you about the kind of number, because remember, year on year the number of seats in MBBS also is growing about by 8-10,000 each year. It's been happening consistently over the past many years. So that is good news for the students because they can get into some colleges. Now let's look at AIIMS itself. AIIMS has about 20 medical colleges. 20 AIIMS are there in the country, and they in all have about 2,600 seats. Now this being the most competitive, you'll actually see range which is very, very competitive. For example, in the year 2025, at rank 7145 open category, I'm talking about, in the open category, at rank 7143, the last of the AIIMS seat was taken over, and that was at the AIIMS Madurai. So at 7143 rank, all the seats that are there, which is about 2,600 seats, ended. And I'm talking of the open category seats. So that is as competitive as what you're talking about here. Now, one of the things a lot of students ask us is, what kind of cutoff should we expect? In our opinion, it's about 540 plus minus 10. for government medical college seats. Last time it was 527. And this year it can go up to between 530 and 550. In my opinion, it will be 540 and upwards only, and not below that. And the reason why it's happening is twofold. One is you also had 15 minutes extra in your hand. So that is one factor. And the second factor is the number of seats that also have increased this time around. So if you factor in about 7-8% more number of seats, to that extent the competition eases. So there are two things that are in favor of the student at this point in time. One is the 15 minutes that they've got extra, because of which, in my opinion, every student will score about 5, 6, 8 marks extra only. The second part of it is that you also have more number of government medical colleges, and of course private and state private and everything else also, because we do expect about 9 to 10,000 extra increase in seats, in which case in the GMCs, government medical college, you'll see about 4,000 plus increase in seats also. And that will help students, because to that extent the rank requirement falls to that level, right? So with those things, we do expect about 550 to be 540, 550 to be the cutoff this time around as far as GMCs is concerned. Now come to AIIMS. 2,600 is the number of seats that we had last time, and the highest closing cutoff rank in the open category was 7143. Now let us look at each of the AIIMS and what we should be expecting this time around, right? Now let's first of all understand how many seats are there. In AIIMS New Delhi, we have 132 seats. It's the best medical college in the country by far, by leaps and bounds, right? Then you have AIIMS Rishikesh at 125 seats. AIIMS Bhubaneswar has 125 seats, Jodhpur has 150 seats, Patna has 125 seats, Bhopal has 125, Raipur has 125, Nagpur has 125, Mangalgiri has 64, Deoghar has 125, Gorakhpur has 125, Kalyani Nadia has 125, Raebareli has 100, Bibi Nagar has 100, Batinda has 100, AIIMS Vijaypur has 100, Guwahati has 100, Bilaspur has 100, Rajkot has 69, and Madurai has 50. These are the number of seats, and all put together it's about 2,600. Now let's talk AIIMS, for each AIIMS, what are the kind of highest closing cutoff rank that you had at a category level, and we'll take you through all the categories for all the 20 AIIMS, right? AIIMS New Delhi, of course, is the most competitive of the lot. In the open category, 48 rank is where it ended, which means you must be the top of the top of the top of the top, 0.001%, something like that, percentile, right? OBC's highest closing rank was 207, EWS was 254, SC was 644, and ST is 1405. So notice very carefully, 47, 48, 186, 207, EWS 214, 254, 647, 644. It's pretty close. As you keep going down, because we're talking of a common rank list, at ST and all, it depends on how many people are in between, and that's where this would have fallen. But otherwise, this is the kind of rank that you're looking at. So if you look at the open category, it will at least tell you what kind of competition you're looking for, because that is compressed into one. Now, AIIMS Rishikesh is the next one, right? And here, last year, the highest closing rank was 816 in the open category. Before that, it was 731. Before that, it was 931, right? OBC was 1104. EWS is 1715. SC is 8240. And ST is 33,497. Again, the reason why this variation happens is we're talking of a common rank list, right? In the common rank list of about 19,000, you could actually find X number of people who are ST candidates. And this time, you had to go up to 34,000 to actually find those many candidates. That might have happened. But you look at the open category, you'll see that it's about 8-10% plus minus and nothing beyond, right? Then you come to AIIMS Bhubaneswar. 785 was the highest closing rank last year. OBC was 1481. EWS was 2259. SC is 6034. And ST is 23884. But it's pretty consistent again across the board. But for SC, where you actually saw quite a big drop, which also means last year in SC category, you had quite a few people who were in the top rank lists. And that's why it fell dramatically. Because what we're talking about is common rank list. Had you created inter-se merit list, by the way, this would have been very consistent. Because we don't have an inter-se merit rank list at a category level, the way you have JE and all, you actually see this kind of a variation. Then AIIMS Jodhpur, last year at 392, before that it was 374, OBC was 766, EWS is 1153, SC is 6920, and ST is 7835. Then you have AIIMS Patna, common rank list is 19394 in the open category, OBC is 2705, EWS is 3028. SC is 17,167 and ST is 45,416, right? Remember, at 45,416, we're talking of 98 percentile kind of a score, marks, right? Then you come to AIIMS Bhopal. It is 654 for the open category. OBC is 1142, EWS is 1582, SC is 7030, and ST is 11713. Again, you see some kind of a variation here. 510 became 654, but before it was 621. So last year, someone who would have gone down, and this is what you actually see this to be very competitive in 24, but 25 it again eased back. OBC it was 1142. It's similar to what happened in 24. EWS is it varied a lot, and then you have SC and ST, of course. AIIMS Raipur 1180 became 1376, similar to what you have in 23. OBC is 2016, which is similar to what you have across the board. This is 2631, which is similar again 273 to 237. Right. SC is 12,231, and ST is 22,885. Right. So that is as far as Raipur is concerned. Nagpur 1030 for open category. It was earlier 953 and then 1264. OBC is 1520. And it's been coming down if you see consistently. EWS is 2023, which is similar to what you had last year, 8-9% plus or minus. SC is 8,697 and ST is 16,192. AIIMS Mangalagiri, which is in Andhra Pradesh, 1,357 for open category. OBC is 2,575. EWS is 4,368. SC is 15,552 and ST is 31,007. AIIMS Deogarh, 4,159 for open category. OBC is 4,753, almost consistent with what happened in the 23 year. This is 5,523, consistent with what happened in 2023. This is 36,880 and this is 61,580. Then you have AIIMS Gorakhpur, 2,602 for open category, which is consistent with what happened in 23. 3,595 for OBC. EWS is 3,355, again consistent with what happened in the previous years. SC is 31,853 and ST is 46,911, which is very consistent with what happened in the previous year. Then you have AIIMS Kalyani, open category is 2,417, exactly what happened last year. OBC is 4,442, so it's obviously jumped up dramatically. EWS is 5,254, SC is 17,680 and ST is 58,762. AIIMS Raebareli, 3,736 for open category. OBC is 4,282. EWS is 4,501. SC is 34,668. ST is 51,396. AIIMS Bibinagar, open category is 1,874. OBC is 3,464. EWS is 4,225. SC is 17,480 and 45,033 for ST category. Quite a bit of a variance here if you notice that. Then AIIMS Vijayanagar, open category is 3,993, very consistent with what happened last year. OBC is 4,335, very consistent, about 7-8% drop. EWS is 5,307, exactly what happened last year. SC is 51,471 and ST is 43,200. AIIMS Guwahati, 4,420, so slightly become eased off in a certain sense. OBC is 5,382, which is exactly what happened in the 23 year. EWS is 5,873. SC is 32,675. ST is 65,016. Right. AIIMS Bilaspur, 2,788 for open category, 3,549 for OBC, 3,957 for EWS, 30,304 for SC, and ST is 41,195. AIIMS Rajkot, 3,254 for open category, OBC is 3,406, EWS is 3,215, SC is 35,068 and ST is 53,569. AIIMS Madurai, open category is 7,143, which is slightly more than 23 and less than 24. OBC is 8,617, pretty consistent with what happened in 2023. EWS is 12,057, jumped up dramatically. SC is 47,357 and ST is 70,969. So AIIMS Bathinda, 1,798, pretty consistent with what happened last year, about 10% more possibly. OBC is 2,482, EWS is 3,066, SC is 19,371, and ST is 42,487. So one of the things that you must know is when you look at these ranks, at the open category, you will actually see a lot of consistency. But if there are good AIIMS coming in at the top or good medical colleges that are coming at the top, to that extent, the competition eases for the less aspirational medical college that you have. But at the open category, you'll see a lot of consistency because we're talking of the top of the pool. But when you come to the categories, the category ranks will keep changing for the simple reason that in that those category of students who are in that range might keep coming up and down because we're talking of a particular category of students, right? And that is where the inconsistency comes when you deal with the category rank requirement. But if you talk of the overall, rank list, it is pretty much consistent, but it will also give way to the number of seats that have increased at the top end, because of it there is lesser competition as you keep moving down, and that is what helps these people. Now, I'll keep doing this stuff like we've done for AIIMS, we'll also do for central universities, we have just done for deemed universities, we'll do for state, private and all, we'll keep doing that. Please do subscribe to Medical360. And most importantly, as I keep telling you, if you want to talk to us or even, want us to cover something, please message us in the below the video so that I can actually look at them, and once in a while, when there are many people asking for a certain thing, I'll also try to cover that for you. It's important that we have two-way communication so that we actually know what you want, what you're looking for, what kind of information, what kind of clarity you want, so that we can actually pick up and start talking to you people. And lastly, I must thank the university partner, SRM-IST, which also owns a medical college under the SRM School of Medical Sciences. So please do look out for them. We're partnering with them so that you as students can take the most informed decision. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Namaste.